Water is actually life. So this summer, don't forget to drink water and stay hydrated. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome back to 42 The Journey. I can say it's been officially 1 month and 3 days since the start of Common Core. Apologies, I know I should have been having my videos ready every Sunday, but it's been very busy trying to manage coding, personal projects, deadlines, and everything. So I apologize for that. I'm trying to work around the working schedule that enables me to make videos, edit them, as well as do Common Core all at the same time. But so far, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing 1 month into 42, and I have loved every single second of my journey so far. So, in this video, I'm gonna play you through what's been going on within the last 3 weeks from the last time I posted the video, which was 1 week into 42, till today. So what's been actually happening in the last 3 weeks of my coding journey at 42 Vienna. Let's begin with the very first interesting part. I have a study guide. Well, not a study guide per se. I mean, everyone gets a study guide, but I have a mentor, a mentor buddy, and his name is Mohammed, and he's a great guy. So that's Mohammed on the screen. And yeah, one of the very fun things I loved about getting a study buddy is you get someone who's able to guide you through the whole system. Learning how to code in a non-structured, well, not non-structured, in a non-formal setting without classrooms and teachers can be a bit overwhelming. It's like walking into a forest without a map and you're, getting towards the end of the destination. Sometimes it's always good to, walk around with hikers or people who have been through that forest that successfully went through it and made it to the other end. So Mohammed over here is my guide, and I won't say that it's nothing but it's been one of the best things that actually happened to me since I started 42, because I remember having this first discussion with Mohammed where he made me think about the codes I was writing. So he asked me for a couple of codes, which back then I didn't have them because I was still trying to get around to understand my project. But then when I had a meeting with him, which he reviewed my code, so here you can see us actually having a meeting and him giving me feedback. One of the most amazing things I loved about how Mohammed helped me see coding was the fact that you need to code with intent. You have a project. One of the questions you ask yourself is, where do you start from? What do I need to code? And this helps you to kind of like build an architecture, build a base, and from this base you start coding. He mentioned that one of the biggest mistakes early programmers do in 42 is they have a project, they don't really sit down to think about it and what they need, they just dive into coding. And then halfway through the project, they realize that maybe this was not the best approach to tackle that project. And so that takes away time, that takes away a lot of resources, and that sets in a bit of frustration. So Mohammed was one of the person who helped me see that yes, I'm a bit early into the project, and right now I don't really have to do with projects that involves a lot of infrastructure and resources, because right now they are a bit not too complex. I mean, they are complex as it is on their own, but not involving a lot of critical thinking. He told me that when that time comes, one of the things I should focus much more is thinking about my project, taking time to really design my project before I start coding. He said it would save me a lot of stress. So that is me giving out this information to those who might be starting, or even those that are currently, above mid-common core. So whenever you have a project that's big, design it. Try to have a nice architecture for your program before you start coding. So thanks Mohammed for that really good advice. There were also some other subtle advice he gave to me, which is basically like creating a library where you can actually use functions and then call the functions from that library, instead of having too many static functions within your file, and then your file gets a bit too long. So he gave me that advice, and that was really helpful. I made the mistake when I started of having too many internal functions and I didn't call them static, and that made me to fail my first project presentation because I was using functions that were not static. Although in the project guideline, which you see here, it says all functions must be static. So that was my bad. But thanks to Mohammed as well as a couple of people in 42 who caught my expression, who caught this mistake, especially Chioma, Acela, and I've forgotten her name, but we play very good table tennis with. She was also, they were people who actually helped me to see that I actually have to make sure that my functions are static functions. And I mean, static functions are only functions that can be accessed within that coding space, within that local environment or that local scope. They cannot be accessed outside that file. So they really helped me to understand why static functions are good and how they can help me become a better coder. So thank you guys all for that valuable feedback. So with regards to my coding journey, it's been really interesting, and I've started learning to like C. There's a lot of kind of allocation of memory checks, preventing memory leaks, malloc, calloc. But over time, you start to like them and you get to see the benefit of why higher level languages such as Python are helpful. In C, you do all of this for yourself. So it's been really nice learning this really primitive and basic things with regards to programming that I or mostly is overlooked when you use high level languages. So C might not be the favorite just for everybody, but if you really want to know in details what's happening, C is a very good place to start. With regards to coding or outside coding, there were also some other fun activities that happened in 42. So for example, we had the career week. And the career week was really nice because, I didn't really participate a lot in it because, I'm just starting. So the career week is probably going to be beneficial for people midway or done with Common Core or towards the advanced program that really want to get into a job. The aim of all of this is when you're done, you have a job, right? You're not just doing it because you like to code. It's good, but you also need to get a job. So one thing I like about 42 is that they, being a free coding school, they are paid for, or the infrastructure is paid for by partners, and quite a lot of partners, including Raiffeisen Bank, Wells Profile, Becker, they came over to 42 to present what jobs are available, what the landscape or the market looks like, and how we that are just starting, how we can better prepare for the market ahead. One thing that was recurrent among some of the talks I listened to, because I didn't really listen to all the talks, was the fact that there would always still be need for software engineers. Whether software engineers will be relevant or not relevant in the future is an open debate. Of course, you can discuss about it with your peers or on the channel. I'm open to discussions, but at the moment, I still feel it's going to be a valuable skill for you to learn that would be very, very necessary, because I see the world going more into a tech advanced future. When you watch things like The Matrix or Blade Runner or some movies about advanced civilization, one thing that comes to your head is the fact that almost everything is digitalized. And that's where we're going to. We are going towards a digitalized future where everything would be running on binaries, zeros and one. So while you might not see that it's necessary for you to be a tech expert, but gaining some basic knowledge on how to, write some simple codes might be a game changer for the future. So again, if you're considering learning how to code, you should look up my other channel where I actually focus on teaching people how to write basic commands on command line. For now, then we'll advance to C and Python in the future. You can look up that channel and see something, just learn the basics of how to use the black box or the command line in your PC and see what you can do with it. You might find out that you can become very proficient with it in a couple of months. Anyway, let's go back to the journey. So yes, we had the visit from lots of companies and they presented their profiles. Raiffeisen Bank was one of them. They had really nice IT solutions, and some of the jobs there were, for example, software engineers in the field of AI and machine learning. So that was basically most jobs. There were also software architecture jobs, and there were jobs for just software developers and testers, and cybersecurity specialists. So cybersecurity is a big topic, but it also covers cybersecurity, but you don't do that till your advanced courses. So you have to learn the basics first before you move into cybersecurity. So they talked about that, and the two prominent courses or advanced models in 42 that I see most people are really interested in. I mean, where the trend is going to right now is either machine learning, AI and machine learning, or cybersecurity. There's also the need for testers, so software testers. There's a need for project managers, but not so much as for cybersecurity and AI and machine learning. So that already is giving me an idea of what maybe I could look into for my advanced. But anyway, that's still a bit far off. So that was nice. We had a couple of people come over to talk about those of the job market, and it's not all gloom and doom. I still believe that in the future there will still be some relevant roles for software developers, or people even willing or ready to change careers into that. It was also nice to hear the experiences of other people who started 42 and now currently are working in the partners. And you hear from them how they started without any coding experience, and today they are junior associates or junior software developers in some of these partners. And success stories like that motivates you to remind you that anyone can actually learn how to code. You just have to put in the effort and find yourself in an environment where you feel supported and you feel you can learn how to code for free. Not just for free, but you feel like you can progress at your own rate. Speaking about progress, my progress has not been the best. I'm currently on pace 24, so basically I'm in the black hole box. And if you remember my previous videos, I talked about the black hole, which is basically a phase where you could get kicked out of 42. The black hole is there to kind of tell you that, okay, you need to hurry up and you need to try to push as much as you can to submit your project. So yes, I'm currently there right now. I think I have about 15 days or maybe 12 if you look at, I think maybe between 12 to 15 days to submit my project. The good thing is I've actually finished my project. Everything is good. I just have to submit it, and I was thinking about doing it today, but I'm not going to be in 42 today because today I had an invitation, so I would honor that invitation. But tomorrow I'll be definitely at 42 and I'll get my project evaluated and submitted so that I can get out of the black hole. But ideally it would be nice to actually also try to improve my pace so that I can get to do more projects faster, open more because 42 is in a gamified system, so I need to open more rings and get access to more projects and start trying to do more things, because in summer I might be very busy and I don't want to be really stuck coding when I should have used the time now. I have to create enough time so that if I take a week off I won't come back feeling stressed or in a black hole. So yeah, so far everything has been okay, and reflecting back I would say the body system has really helped me. The environment has been amazing. Nothing so much has changed that I would feel that it could be better. Everyone still continues to be amazing in 42, and it's been, like I say, one of the best decisions I've made so far with regards to learning how to code. So that has been a bit of a summary of what has been going on for me personally. In the next coming days, I know I owe you a roundtable discussion which would have happened, but technically now that the pacing has started, everyone is also working on different paces. So one of the challenges, not the pacing, now that the common core has started, one of the challenges we're facing with regards to the roundtable discussion, which is also from my part, is the fact that when I'm available, the others are not available, and when the others are available, I am not available. So we're working on it, and we will produce a roundtable discussion for the last 1 month. I think that would be nice because we would be able to reflect on the 1 month during the pacing and after the pacing, and the 1 month within the common core to see the things we did and how we could have been better, and what advice we would give for upcoming pacingers with regards to getting the best from your studies. This is me signing out now, so I've got a couple of videos to show you that, just to give you an overview of what's been happening in the last 3 weeks. All right, so here it's just me getting ready to submit my first project, Libft. So first of all, I go to the project outline, and then you notice I failed my first project, but right now it's been evaluated by three different people, and so I'm just giving an evaluation remark or feedback to the last person who evaluated me, which was Chioma. And he's a really, really good software engineer because he kind of pointed out some of the things I really omitted and didn't really pay attention during my first project, during my first evaluation. And so he gave me really, 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 really vital feedback. And funny enough, or ironically, although he was the first person, but he was also somehow the last person to evaluate me on the project. So we had a very nice discussion about it. And yeah, this is me giving him some comments or some feedback. So naturally, you give feedback to people who evaluate you, what you like about it, and you know, try to be positive and constructive. You don't have to write an episode or a thesis, but you could just write some good feedback. So I gave some feedback to him, and funny enough, he was sitting beside me, waiting to see the outcome of the evaluation. So once I was done with the feedback, which I am almost done, next thing I did was to make all the corrections on, using Grammarly. Just make all the corrections to ensure the feedback is good, and then submit the feedback. Now, once you do this, Molinet, which is basically like the grading system for 42, literally then double checks your work. So it takes about 2 to 3 minutes, sometimes maybe 1 minute. But the last couple of days, I think starting from the weekend, the internet was having a bit of an issue, so we decided to wait for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes to see if um, you know how long it would take for Molinet to actually grade the system. So I refreshed it a couple of times, and at this point in time, I could tell you my blood pressure was already going a bit high because you never can tell. Molinet can fail you for different reasons. Maybe something with regards to freeing, or memory failure, or memory leaks. So I was like really, really not stressed, but yeah, this is me finishing the first project, and yeah, you get an achievement when you finish the first project. So spoiler alert. But overall, it was really nice. Like, it was a project where I got lots of feedback from everybody. So now you see literally all the codes that's been tested by Molinet, and then yeah, it was a success. So definitely that's me evaluating my first project, and now you notice I'm no longer in the black hole, but now I'm on pace 22. So I have a couple of days to actually then focus on the next project. Yeah, that's me signing out. I have to get into the next project, which would be get next line. Then I have to see, how fast I can get better. I have to try to also manage my other project, which is to create more videos for the other YouTube channel, which you should check out if you're struggling, learning how to use the command line and you're not very proficient with it. You could actually try to check out the video. It's actually up here. So just click on the yeah, just wait. Yeah. Okay, well, once again, thank you all for joining back. I hope you all have been very good, and don't forget to stay hydrated. It's actually getting hot now, so summer is here, spring is over, the temperature is so warm that you need to stay hydrated. At least try to drink about 2 to 3 liters of water a day. It doesn't hurt you. A good circulatory system is necessary for your brain and body system, your metabolism to function well. So this is Mr. 42 from 42 The Journey signing out, and I'm wishing you all a lovely start of summer, an amazing summer, good times coding, less stress, more fun, and most of all, whatever you're doing, just enjoy it. Have the best time doing what you're doing. So take good care, and till next video, which should be in about a week or 2 weeks time, depending on how I manage my time, stay awesome. So 42 The Journey signing out. Ciao, and have a nice time. Bye.